Hello and welcome to Let's Play Alpha Protocol. I am your host Circle Master, and today we'll be starting a new game on normal difficulty, even though that doesn't matter. Here we have the various character options to start with: the soldier who specializes in guns, the field agent who specializes in stealth and martial arts, and the tech specialist who specializes in gadgets. Most people pick the freelancer option to start with because it allows you to customize the character however you like. We'll be starting with Recruit. Most people did start with Recruit, which is actually the hard mode of the game. You start with absolutely no skills whatsoever. However, beating the game on Recruit unlocks Veteran, which is the New Game Plus, or Easy mode if you prefer. But as I said, we'll be starting with Recruit, and here we have absolutely no skills. We'll get some later on, but for now enjoy the opening video.
Air traffic control, this is Alpha 254, requesting clearance for departure. Roger that. Mark clear. Proceed to runway 5. الطيارة جاهزة للسفر. لازم نتحرك. لازم نتحرك. نرجع للمسجد كمان. نعم سيدي. نعم سيدي. Alpha 10, we are cleared for departure. Please take it. سيدي، كل الحرارات وتجهيزات كاملة. ايوه، الصاروخ جاهز ومصلح. هلا نستنى ان الكلمة من شهيد.
We'll have more on this story as it develops.
If anyone is to blame for these events, Mr. Thornton, it is you. Alpha Protocol began here, after all.
They drugged me? Great. Now I'm gonna fail the next drug screening test. They could have just asked me to close my eyes.
Good. You're awake. I wasn't sure how long you'd be under. Those tranquilizers wore off fast.
Ugh. Oh, I think I'm still coming down.
What?
Ugh, never mind. Just clearing my head.
The dose was pretty strong.
Here we have the first conversation option of the game. As you can see, there are three choices: aggressive, suave, and professional. These correspond to the three B's of Spydom, if you will: Jack Bauer, James Bond, and Jason Bourne. People react differently to different attitudes you take with them. For example, Mina here likes the professional attitude, so that's what we'll use with her.
I'm surprised you're even able to stand.
Where am I?
You're locked in our medical bay. And when the guards find out you've regained consciousness, they'll put you under again.
Don't want that. Any reason why you're helping me?
Mina. Let's just say I'm not a fan of the indoctrination procedure here.
All the more reason to leave, then.
And how do you propose to do that? You're locked in. There's a guard outside. Eventually he's going to come check on you. And when he does...
Can you distract the guard? Unlock the door.
I could. A glitch in the security panel in the hall outside might do it. As long as you don't make too much noise when you leave, you might take him by surprise while he's checking it. Disabling the security system now. The door should be unlocked.
Now here we go with our typical third-person action RPG view.
Damn it!
Most of which will be filled with Mike's ass. Sorry about that, but that's how it goes when you're a super spy. You also karate chop people in the neck, which I enjoy.
Fuck's sake, somebody get me another angle on Thornton, now!
You need to shut off the alarm. The panel's on the wall. Do a bypass on it.
Disabling alarm panels is a pretty simple mini-game. You just click on the circuit on the bottom where the numbers lead down to. It's pretty easy to do. They give you a relatively generous time limit to do so, and there are only a certain number of patterns to them.
Mike, careful. They probably have a guard in the lobby.
Once again, I hope you enjoy looking at Mike's ass.
Interesting.
There are multiple takedown animations in this game. They depend on where you are when you start them, relative to the enemy.
It's on.
Now that we've got a gun, let's go over how we shoot things. Of course, you right-click, you get a rather large circle, but as you hold on an enemy, you get narrowing crosshairs until you shoot them in the head. And do remember that bullet hole there, I'll talk about it later. And of course, this is a med kit. If you don't know what they do, what are you doing here?
Over here!
Be sure not to accidentally bump into enemies when you're trying to do a takedown, as it will alert them, believe it or not.
Watch out for cameras. If they spot you or you destroy them, they'll sound an alarm.
Now, the cameras are in the Metal Gear Solid school of detection. They pan back and forth and have a blind spot, making them easy to avoid. Now, this gentleman here, if we were to shoot him, the bullet would go through him and hit that glass, alerting the other guard.
How did he wake up so fast? He just got here.
Who cares? We'll just put him under again.
That's why I pointed out that bullet hole. You should always be sure of what's on the other side of your target. Now, there's nothing in these side rooms right now except for a stray medkit or two, but we'll be coming through this area later, and they'll actually have things of interest, so it's good to remember them now.
Almost gave me the slip. Now we got you.
Now we have two doors on the side that are magically permanently locked, thus forcing us to go through the lockpicking tutorial. Lockpicking is the easiest minigame of the three, at least in my mind. The premise is simple, there's a generous time limit, there's only a few tumblers, and when you're recording with fraps they move really slowly, making it easy to be accurate. And these three lines here signify ammunition, in this case more tranquilizer ammo.
Any sign of our new arrival?
No sign of him yet.
Careful, Mike. Truck coming in. And guards at the exit. Try to stay out of sight if you can.
Now you might be feeling pretty good about yourself by now. You've got these martial arts takedowns, you've got a gun, and now you're being told about skills, and it all seems really nice. Except this sequence, the objective is to evade the guards. Evading the guards means if you take down more than one in any fashion whatsoever, you fail the the section. It automatically triggers an alarm, and you don't get the experience points for completing the objective. This is all bad. So what you have to do is keep track of these two guys down this alley, either with awareness or just by watching them, and wait for an opportunity to either sneak by or take down the one guard by the ladder. And down he goes. And it's just a matter of making sure the coast is clear, sneaking over to the ladder, and bypassing everyone else.
Did you hear that? I'll check it out.
Yes, they do investigate the fallen guard, but since you only took down one, you can still complete the objective. They won't trigger any alarms, and you're home free. He's hard to take down with martial arts because of the camera in there. But now we have the tutorial on hacking computers. I am absolutely terrible at this minigame. And it's not because the minigame is particularly difficult. I just have a lot of trouble seeing the static characters amid all the changing ones. My eyes just aren't good at that.
End of the line, Mike. Give it up.
The fact that it's pretty clearly designed with two joysticks in mind is also a bit troublesome. Gotta be careful of this camera as you grab this stuff. It is important to pick up cash. You'll see why later.
Mike, stay where you are. Don't.
Of course, you can't stay where you are or go back, so on you go.
All right, Mike, that's enough.
That's enough? I think that's my line. What the hell's going on? Why did you drug me?
We need to get the location of this facility confidential, especially if you got kidnapped and questioned.
Is this place hidden?
Very. Not only does this place not exist, but places that think they know about this place, well, they don't exist either.
That's a little confusing.
Hell of a lot easier than politics.
Let me guess. You're not done hazing me yet.
Yep, I'm gonna ask you some questions, run you through some more tests, then you and I can talk. Face to face. That make you feel better?
It depends on the tests, I guess.
Well, then I guess it depends on how you do on the test then. Starting with this one. I've been reading and rereading your dossier. Although with your experience, it's more like a pamphlet. Fresh out of Langley. We had to wipe behind your ears before shipping you over.
I think I've got potential, sir, and I'm anxious to prove it.
We'll see. If you gain more experience in the field, you may want to specialize further. But we can leave that until you've got some missions under your belt. That's it. Now I'm going to let you out of the pen here and meet the rest of the crew.
I'd prefer an assignment, not a meet and greet.
How about you earn it first? And that means following orders, got it? The rest of the crew will take it from here. They'll be running you through the basics of weapons, gadgets, and espionage tactics. When you're cleared on the basics, come find me for your assignment. I won't lie to you, Mike. It's a big one, and dangerous. But I think you're the man for the job. Make the rounds. I'll see you soon.
Great. Just like high school. Take some tests, then chat with the guidance counselor about my future.
Now we gained our first level, and each level gives us 10 AP, as you can see up here. And you spend AP to upgrade skills, the most important of which is stealth. Now we have 4 left, so we could get toughness or martial arts, but frankly it's more important to save it for stealth. We also got a perk early on, you may remember, and this one gives us +5 endurance. Here we have the stats, and they're not really anything special except for at the bottom when they get kind of hilarious. Orphans created. We haven't created any orphans yet, but this statistic will get crazy as the game goes on. And medical bills refers to bills for injuries we've inflicted, not suffered.
Big ass screen.
Like Thornton, Captain of the Obvious.
No weapons past this
As you
point.
can see, the guards are no longer hostile to us. And we can't hack that computer because somebody's sitting at it, unfortunately. Now remember this is where we had that lockpicking tutorial, and these two doors were locked. Now they're not, and they lead to here, the break room.
You probably want to change. Go on. Your gear's in the lockers.
Now we can customize our appearance to some extent, not a great deal though. Facial appearance is just various shades of being white. The hair is all pretty samey, nothing really special. The beards have a better variety. A lot of them are various sort of poncy looks. But then you get to the bottom, you get epic beards. I'll probably be using an epic beard later on, but not right now. There are also a good variety of hats, and the hats you have to choose from can vary depending on your locale. You may have different options instead of the swamp hat, say, or the camo hat. Eyewear, unfortunately, is back to a lot of samey options, with a couple of douche options, but the only one that hides your eyes are the Razor sunglasses. And of course, having your eyes hidden makes the choice of eye color that much more meaningless.
Orientation's not mandatory. You can turn around and go back to Westridge right now. Although that might make him upset.
First, let's hack this computer. Once again, I'm terrible at these hacking games, so it will take me a few seconds to finish. Inside this computer is some emails, which I'll show off in images in the thread. You don't want to sit there and read them off this video. Let's watch TV instead.
Our war does not end here. This target is not the last. With our will and our resolve, Al-Samad shall continue these attacks, fight the aggression of the West with its own weapons. Yes, for weapons have been delivered to us. Weapons that will make a graveyard in the skies of our enemies. We have the ability to strike far and to strike swiftly. There are no limits to our reach, no limits to the justice we bring in the name of freedom for our people. I am a man of my word, and this I promise you. This attack is but the first that Al-Samad brings against its enemies. As fire rained down upon us, so shall Al-Samad bring fire to your people as well. The West and its allies shall bear the cost of what they brought to our people, to our country, and they will answer for it. You seek to take our land, undermine our faith? All that you have seen this day is the answer to your brutal acts, the only language America understands. I am a man of my word, and this I promise you. This attack is but the first that Al-Samad brings against its enemies.
Well, that was a lot of terrorism, but at least we got a perk out of it. In the next episode, we're going to be going over Thornton's training, with gadgets there, weapons there, and stealth down there. In the meantime, you can let me know what you'd like Thornton to look like. This has been Circle Master, and I'll see you next time.